I was marking where I want my plastic surgeon to work on, so that I can look like Humpty Dumpty and someone will push me off a wall and put me out of my misery. When in that moment, my doorbell rang in the middle of the night, so I ran downstairs and opened the door and saw there was a letter waiting for me. So I picked it up and I looked at it, and it was inviting me to go to Vegas and get my face filled by someone named Dr. Phil. And I was like, is Alexa listening to me? Because how do they know I want that? And then I did the most logical thing and hopped in an Uber to the airport and got on a flight to Las Vegas. The lady next to me on the flight was dancing, but then she saw me recording her and it was really awkward. Anyways, I landed and I headed to the plastic surgeon's office. And I had to walk down this really dark hallway, and when I arrived, I let myself in. I was walking through the office looking for the plastic surgeon when out from behind a curtain emerged the Dr. Phil. He was breathing really heavily, and I asked him if he was a real doctor, and then he looked angered. And then he started chasing me! And I ran as fast as I could, jumping over furniture to escape him, because I didn't want Dr. Phil to fill my face. Ah! I woke up in the middle of the night wanting a Travis Scott burger. So I drove over to McDonald's to get one, and I ordered it. Do you have the Travis Scott burger?
Oh yeah, we do.
But then after I ordered it, I pulled up to the window and they shoved a Q-tip in my nose. And that's when I realized I had sleep driven to a COVID testing site. And then she handed me a sheet of paper that told me I was positive for thick butt cheek syndrome. My tires popped from the weight of my behind, and when I managed to squeeze out of the car, I looked and saw how bad my big badonkadonk was. If I were to do the WAP dance right now in this street, the gravitational force would pull the sun so detrimentally close to the earth that everything would catch on fire and the earth would split in half. So I drove home and I went inside and hid in my basement so I could never cause an apocalypse. But I was missing something. I still never got my Travis Scott burger. So I grabbed some candles and I began a ritual to summon Travis Scott himself. I said out loud, "Travis Scott, are the candles burning, my lord?" And then all of a sudden he appeared out of thin air and said 2 words. "It's me!" Today, I was in the middle of performing a prison spell on Tony Lopez in my closet when I got a brilliant idea. You know what we need to leave behind in 2020? Canceling people. Instead, when someone does something bad, we should simply sword fight them. I think we've actually been going too easy on people. Like, how did y'all let Shane Dawson do all that nasty business to his cat and not send him to prison? Y'all just canceled him. What does that do? You know what's better than canceling him? A sword fight. Imagine an arena with 100 of the most problematic people on the internet, and then they have to face off against each other like Fortnite, but it's in real life. And then the whole thing gets live streamed for charity, which is way more productive than just canceling someone. Come to think of it, I can't think of anything bad about the Hunger Games. Our generation would probably love to be in a real life Fortnite game. In fact, I think I would even volunteer as tribute. Anyways, give it some thought and tag someone who deserves to be in a sword fight. I was sticking sticky pickles to walls in case a fickle old man walking by saw a nickel, but tripped on a loaf of pumpernickel reaching for the nickel and got himself in a pickle. But as he wiggled on the ground, he saw a fickle trickle of pickle juice run down the wall and could wiggle towards the pickle and have himself a little nibble, giving him the energy to run as fast as a missile. But along the way, he jiggled because, the man in this riddle ate too many Skittles. I should stick to just eating a little pickle as a snack so that his health isn't crippled, ending him up in the hospital. Anyways, the man went home after being saved by the pickle and wiggled into his simple yet fiscal home and sat on his brittle chair to relax and whistle and play the fiddle and enjoy a giggle while eating his peanut brittle and maybe even a Skittle. But he got bored and turned on WAP, and little by little he wiggled and jiggled and made that old booty dribble. That's some wet ass. I was attempting to make a vanilla bean frappuccino, but I didn't have any vanilla, so it was just a bean frappuccino. And well, it didn't taste very good, and I couldn't afford a real one from Starbucks either, cause I kinda jammed my credit card into the disc slot of my Xbox to try and pay for Fall Guys. But I never got my card back, so, anyways, it was 4 AM and Starbucks was closed, so I was gonna have to sneak in. So I drove over to the Halloween store and I found a disguise. And then I paid for it and left and met up with some Oompa Loompas trying to help me. But we went to get Subway first, cause we needed sustenance for the heist. Anyways, it was finally time, and we arrived at the Starbucks and were ready to bust in there. We arranged in perfect Oompa Loompa formation, but I decided I wanted boba instead, so we went and got boba and busted it down inside the boba place instead. Anyways, I keep seeing WAP this, WAP that, but I didn't know what it meant. So I texted my grandma and she said it stands for We All Pray. And I thought that's so wholesome, and there's a dance to it too, so I was learning the dance in my bedroom when I accidentally bonked my head on the floor and gave myself a nosebleed. And as I looked in the mirror, I realized I'm 11 from Stranger Things' older brother, 20. I tried testing out my powers and I made a Tic Tac levitate, and then I tried to lift the humongous weight on my shoulders of living with the world's #1 biggest, fattest, juiciest butt. Hey, no phones in prison! Never mind. I was at Staples because I needed some staples so I could staple a staple into my staple box so staples wouldn't fall out anymore. But Staples was sold out of all the staples, and I asked the Staples employee named April if they had any more staples, and she said that I could order some more staples from Naples. But this Staples had no staples, so I was gonna leave with no staples, but my phone was dying, so I needed a cable. So I walked past April and went to the cables, but the cables were too much, so I just bought a bagel. And now I'm at home at my table with my bagels and no staples or cables because April from Staples wanted me to choke, and as I bit my bagel, it had mold, and the bagel was fatal, and I fell off the table, and my last thoughts were of my lover named Mabel when we would sit by the stables and pour Mabel all over our bagels. And as I took my last breath on the floor, I saw a staple.
Hiya, here's your food.
Thanks, dude.
You didn't tip.
Oh, I only have $2.
Oh, you know what I have? Your address.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I can literally, like, take you out.
Wait, what?
Does your family live here?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, sweet. My uncle actually eats families.
Oh,
Crap, what kind of sauce do you want?
Oh, I didn't order any sauce.
Okay, well, will barbecue work when my uncle eats your family?
Oh, dude, I think you have a gas leak in your house.
Wait, like for real?
Yeah, can I go check it out for you?
Alright, yeah, for sure. Come on in.
Okay, sick.
Okay, so the kitchen's right here if you want to check it there. Well, like, are you able to find it?
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
Hey, I ordered vegan taquitos. Is there cheese in this?
Why, yes, there is.
I'm lactose intolerant.
And you're the gas leak.
I was enjoying some fresh strawberries when my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone, but I went and answered the door anyways. No one was there, but whoever rang the doorbell had left an egg? It was covered in blue speckles and it was warm. But I decided right then and there, I'm gonna care for this egg until it hatches and be a bird dad. I made a little house for it by grabbing a box and putting grass in it. Then I set up a heat lamp so the egg root would be nice and toasty. But I was getting bored of waiting for him to hatch, so I decided to take him on a walk. Well, it was more of a roll. I taught Egbert how to skate and showed him to my dog, but then she tried to eat him and I was like, after a week, my son started to get an attitude. He would just roll away from me when I was talking to him and then go play Fortnite all day. But then one day we started arguing because the place was a chicken coop. And I got so mad, I stormed off. I started to feel bad, so I went to go say sorry, but he was gone. I ran outside and I looked everywhere for him. I checked the patio, I went and looked in the garden. I was starting to freak out when... Egbert? I love ripping hairs off my lice-infested head and burning them over top of a Bath & Body Works candle. Because I'm so bored from quarantine, because unlike some people, cough cough, no literally, cough cough, I haven't been going to social gatherings, and I've been staying home letting random things on fire to pass the time. But anyways, I looked down and realized the 2.5 muscles I used to have are all gone, and now my pants are even tighter, and that is so completely... normal and alright. Did you think I was gonna get mad at myself? This year is such an L that the alphabet ends after L. There's no MNOP. Anyways, I still felt like a human blobfish. I needed a self-esteem booster, baby. So I did 3 sit-ups and waited for the abs to come, and I waited like 10 minutes. And they still weren't there, but I forced myself to take some shirtless pictures. And then I was gonna post them on Instagram, but then I got scared and deleted them because I have a huge fear of my nipples being on the internet. But then I said YOLO and posted them, so if you want to see them, my Instagram is BENOFTHEWEEK. I was swinging on a jungle swing in the jungle, and I was enjoying myself when I saw a screw fall out of the top, and the rope snapped and I tumbled down the mountain. When I woke up, I didn't know where I was, and there was like people sword fighting and squirrels fighting, and I tried running from the squirrels that were like everywhere, and I thought to myself, who is this many squirrels? And I looked into the distance and saw a chocolate factory, and then behind a tree emerged Willy Wonka himself. I waved at him and he told me to eat this chocolate to be transported to a place where I can take all the candy I want. So I picked it up, put it in my mouth, and I fell asleep again. When I woke up this time, I was at a candy store, so I grabbed as much candy as I could. And when I was done, I walked out. But apparently it was a grocery store, and I just shoplifted all that candy, and Willy Wonka had lied to me, and I ran away from the FBI that was chasing me, but they caught me and threw me in a jail cell. But it's okay, because I still have my fruit snacks and candy. Yeah. I just got back from the gas station with my usual gas station order of 6 whole jars of peanut butter, mac and cheese flavored ravioli, and hot, extra flaming hot Cheetos. But I made the grave mistake of touching my eyes with spicy Cheeto dust on my fingers. It instantly burned me and knocked me over from the pain, and I was writhing around on the floor trying to make it stop, but it was too late. I went Cheeto blind. Everything around me went dark, and I realized I have to learn sign language now. Oh wait, no, that's not correct. I cried out for help when I heard a voice say, hello? And I was so confused because there's no one else in my house. But I followed the voice anyways, and it asked me what my name was, and I said, Tony Lopez. Cause if it's the FBI in my house, I'm not Ben. I don't know who that person is. I was finally standing right next to the voice, and I reached out to touch it, and it was a doll! I'm not playing with no Annabelle, so I screamed and ran into my room and stood against the door, and then it started trying the doorknob to try and get in, and I screamed even more, only for it to slip a note underneath the door. Now, I've seen horror movies, and anytime the demon says that, they mean it. Welcome to my best possessed friend, only on TLC. After committing citrus theft, I was walking home getting ready to eat my fresh citrus when I got the terrible idea to prank call every place I've ever worked at. And I had nothing else to do, so I grabbed my phone and some paper, and I wrote down all the places I worked at, starting with Bubblegum Shrimp.
Welcome to Bubblegum. What would you like to get today?
Where they put me in a shrimp mascot and children would hit me and I couldn't do anything about it. And then before that, I worked at a movie theater, just like Hannah Baker. But I was 15 and they had me working until 3 a.m. and I was like, can I please go home? And they're like, no. And I was scrubbing popcorn off the floor and I was like, this is illegal. Anyways, it's time to call them.
Hi, this is Ben. I won't be coming into work.
Ben doesn't work here.
Cause I quit. I'm out of here. Stream Dynamite by BTS. Are you?
What?
Stream Dynamite by BTS.
No.
Crap, we're out of time, but if you want to see what happened next, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. First, I got my head stuck, but then I managed to get it on, and I was so happy, but I couldn't reach behind me. So I asked my friend to zip me up, and...
Gosh, you're too fat for it.
Anyways, I finally had it on at least, so I was excited to hit the streets. I was walking around in the suit, talking to some friendly citizens, and dancing whenever I crossed the street, when I saw people lined up for something. What's this line up for? Is this for ice cream? But the ice cream place didn't have any samples, so I kept freaking walking. Then I stared in the window of some shops trying to make eye contact with people until they got freaked out. And then I dropped some frog puns. What do frogs drink? Coca-Cola! But that's when I made a grave mistake. I was busting down Nicki Minaj and throwing it back on a Tesla that was parked. When...
There's a person sitting in it.
If you want to see what happened to me, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. Remember on Vine when people would get injured and then go viral for no reason? Well, I'm gonna be the first person on TikTok. So that put me in a coma for about 50 years, and the first thing I did when I woke up was check if the TikTok of me getting hit by a car went viral. But I found out that TikTok was no more. It was replaced by Vine 2000. Anyways, I was feeling hungry and super skinny after not eating for 5 decades, so I checked what was in the fridge. There was some pizza with mold on it, but mold just adds extra flavor, so I ate it. After my mold meal, I decided to wander around the empty wasteland. I was skating around, but then started to feel lonely because humans went extinct from COVID-70. But then I realized, this is the future. I'm sure they have time travel. I said, hey Siri, do you have time travel? And she was like, yeah, stupid, it's the future. What date do you want to go to? And I decided to go to a date that would change history. November 13th. I teleported into a Walmart and went to go look for the Gummy Bear album. I looked on every shelf, but I was a year too early. I told Siri, pass me the rock, pick my dribble up. I was enjoying a delicious cabbage snack when I got the idea, I'm gonna go make friends with random strangers on the internet. So I put my baby cabbage back in the fridge and went downstairs with my laptop and logged into Omegle. The first thing I saw was someone holding their and then I met a mime that was copying everything I did, and then another person showed their So then I went upstairs into the bathroom to grab a tissue and poured dish soap on it to wash my eyes out from what I had just seen. And then I took the dish soap and made a prayer circle on the floor around me to cleanse my soul, but I slipped on the stove. Anyways, there was a lot of screaming, and then I went back on Omegle and saw a freaking clown that scared the crap out of me, and then I panicked some more until I decided to go back on one more time. That's when I got matched with someone who sounded really familiar, like their voice sounded like some famous rapper. And I asked them, do I know you? But then they showed their face and it was, you're supposed to be in jail! We ran out of time on TikTok, but the full video is on my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio.
Ow! Do your knees pop? Try Doo-Doo-Pril and live a better tomorrow today.
I mean, okay.
Side effects include
death, bleeding,
Wait, what?
joint pain, knee popping,
I thought the whole point is that my knees don't crack. What?
knee pain, knee discomfort.
You may feel the uncontrollable urge to go into your fridge and then grab a lemon and get in your car and drive over to Walmart and look for an innocent elderly person and throw the lemon at their head. I'm so sorry.
Do not drive while on Doo-Doo-Pril.
But it just made me drop. I'm walking home then. I'm walking.
Blindness may occur at any time. Some patients forget English and only speak Spanish.
Esto es ridículo. ¿Por qué?
In 90% of cases, your knees will fall off. However, popping is guaranteed to stop at this stage.
¡Qué mierda! Last night, I had a nightmare where I was performing CPR on my dog because she just swallowed an iPhone 10 32GB whole. And I thought she was gonna die, but then she spat it out and I was like, thank God. But then the screen lit up and it said that celebrity chef Guy Fieri had passed away. And then I started crying because he's a legend. But then it said that Timothy Chalamet killed him. And I was like, this makes no sense. At least I'm not him. He's going to prison. But then I looked in the mirror and I was Timothy Chalamet. And I was like, no way. So I texted my ex and told them that I had the biggest glow up in the history of all mankind. Now that I was Timothy, I was so happy knowing everyone loves me. But then I got so carried away with being him that I forgot that I was literally wanted by the police because I lit Guy Fieri on fire. Fiery Guy Fieri. Arson. For some reason, I was in Zootopia and everyone was a furry, which was a nightmare in itself. And the cop at my door was my own dog. So I was like, come here, baby. You don't have to arrest me. But then she handcuffed me and threw me in a Russian prison where they play Dance Monkey on repeat to torture us. Thank God that was just a dream. Wait, what's that sound? No. So I keep seeing people get canceled, and I thought it's only a matter of time before I get canceled, because I've said the N in autumn, or the word column, or the word damn is so useless. Like, what's the point of silent letters? You know what should be silent?
People who are racist, transphobic, and homophobic.
Ben, are you filming a serious video? Yeah, so, okay,
When you have a platform, you have a responsibility to not spread or normalize things that can potentially hurt people.
it's not like people are more sensitive these days. People are just no longer tolerating words or actions that have always hurt them.
If I could motivate you guys to do one thing, it would be to educate yourself on issues that you may never face in your life, but other people unfortunately have to live with every single day, depending on who they are, who they love, who they pray to, or a number of other factors.
Now, I do believe that when people make a mistake, tearing them apart and bullying them is such a wasted opportunity when you can show them, and especially others, how they can be a better person and learn from their mistakes.
At the end of the day, please just be kind to every person that you meet. Have a good day.
I cut my own hair a few days ago, and as I was throwing it away, I realized I can sell this. Maybe someone wants to buy my hair, just like how I bought a bottle of Harry Styles toilet water. So I dug through the trash, grabbed some hair, packaged it up in a baggie, and then snapped a picture and listed it for sale. I waited 2 whole days and no one bought it, so I changed the name to Famous TikToker Hype House Toe Hair. Someone said they were returning the hair, and when the package arrived, it was me? There was a note on the box that said,
You gave me Ben of the Week hair, not a famous TikToker's hair.
so I was shocked to see when I cloned it, it made you and not a sway boy or something.
Okay, first of all, what are you trying to clone a sway boy for? That sounds illegal.
On the bright side, now I have a clone to take all my Instagram pics for me so I don't have to face my crippling insecurities myself. So if you want to go check out his Instagram, my Instagram is Ben of the Week. I was enjoying some banana on the cob when I realized lockdown is over here. So I got in the car, hit the gas, and drove to the closest thrift store, and I went thrifting. When I walked in the thrift store, I passed by the toy aisle, and there was a doll on the bottom shelf playing this really creepy song. And I know some dolls are cursed, but it's only $2, and the demon can keep me company, so I bought it. My mask is falling. Anyways, I brought it home, but when I looked at it again, I noticed there was a note attached to the bottom that read,
Make a wish or you'll float too!
and I thought, that's Pennywise's line. This doll's gonna get sued for copying the movie It before it possesses me. But I do be scared of demons, though. So I wished for the first thing that I could think of, which was an air fryer. Then after making my wish, I went to bed. I woke up the next morning to the birds chirping, the sunshine, and 300-pound air fryer on my chest, crushing me to the point where I couldn't breathe. I finally got it off and thought, you know what, Mr. Demon? Thank you for the air fryer. It's not exactly how Amazon would have delivered it, but I like your vision. Then I realized I have another wish left. I was thinking, what do I want more of? Some fire shoes. So I said, I want some fire.
You want fire?
No. So we just hit 5 million, and I wanted to celebrate with baked bean jello. I got my keys and drove over to the dollar store and bought a candle, some beans, and jello. Then I drove home and got all my ingredients together and started cooking. First, I boiled some earth juice and then tried reading the instructions, but I got bored, so I yanked the powder out and started pouring it. But then that thing happened where it's going too slow, so you have to stop and rip a new one, and then it was flowing like my eyes when I watched Tabitha Brown's cooking videos. Then I poured the boiling earth juice and then a cup of cold earth juice, and I stirred it until I gave myself arthritis, until I remembered, I forgot the beans. I found an old can opener, and then I put a can of beans in the micro. Okay, not funny. Anyways, I tried opening it, but the lid got stuck, and I panicked. But then I finally got it half open, and I strained the beans because I didn't want bean juice. Bean juice! But then as I was straining it, the camera just decided to tilt away from me, which was quite rude. Anyways, I had my clean beans, and I poured them in the jello, stirred it a bit, dropped the 5 in the jello, and then put it in the fridge. It has to chill overnight, so if you want to see how my cursed bean jello turned out, the final product is on my Instagram, @BenOfTheWeek. So I think I have a stalker, and it's starting to freak me out. It started a month ago when I'd accidentally showed my address on my story. I deleted it immediately, but a few days later, my doorbell rang in the middle of the night. Then a week later, I found a Nintendo DS outside my house that said, "Hello, Benjamin." And then a week after that, I found one inside my bathroom while I was showering, and it said, "See you soon." But first of all, I don't even know where he's getting all these Nintendo DS's from. Like, they don't even make those Mama Jamas anymore. Personally, if I was invading someone's privacy, I'd use sticky notes or something. Anyways, I decided to change my front door code to a really secret number. 1234. But then the next day, I heard the door unlock, and then someone came downstairs and they were wearing a black hoodie and black jeans, and I thought they were gonna kidnap me, but I welcomed the stalker. I haven't had a human interested in me in months, so I asked them to come cuddle with me. But they looked so caught off guard when I asked them to come under the blankets. And then I guess I out-creeped the creep when I tried to lick his toes. And that's when he ran away. My stalker doesn't even want me, bruh. Today I'm gonna make the most annoying TikTok audio ever. First, we're gonna rap Captain Hook by replacing all the swears with Minecraft lyrics.
Bunch of these trees, I need some wood. Kill a creeper, he thought he could.
Then we can't forget these sound effects. Okay, then whatever this video is. Then that terrible Max and Ruby remix. A little fun voice line.
Yeah, I have chlamydia. What about it?
Change the pitch.
Yeah, I have chlamydia. What about it?
Now, y'all know that annoying giggle sound in every mashup? We're adding that too. Now, let's scream the lyrics to say so. Perfect, add that and then gunshots. Wait, are you coming to the tree? Then a sprinkle of Nicki Minaj and then Yankee. You would know. Now we have our audio, time to dance to it.
Bunch of these trees, I need some wood. Kill a creeper, he thought he could. Stack of diamonds like VVS. Minecraft really is a...
Yeah, I have chlamydia. What about it?
Oh crap, we're out of time. If you want to go see the full thing and also how to dance to it, the link is in my bio. I was walking my dog at the park when I looked down and realized my dog looks a little weird. Then I remembered I sold my dog for a gay chicken. And I wasn't at the park, I was at the zoo and there were water chickens and tall deer and beefy dogs and oh my god, the gay chicken is running away. I jumped into the camel pen and started showing off and I was scared to get hurt, so I snuck through the barbed wire fence only to find a wild boar right next to me, and I thought he was chill until he started charging at me. So I escaped into the butterfly room and then I snuck through an employees only door and I thought I was safe, but standing right there was a zoo guard, and then he chased me into the parking lot because I guess I was trespassing. After running for an hour, I saw a lime scooter, so I hopped on it and zoomed away. But then there was an entire flock of long chickens blocking the way, so I zoomed in the other direction, and that is when I crashed into a rock. When I woke up, I was speaking in Minecraft enchantment table, but I still got my gay chicken though. So it's finally springtime, which means I've been growing flowers, succulents, and weed. No, I meant like I'm growing like dandelions, like weeds. Oh, anyways, I really wanted a sausage tree. They're going Africa. It's a real thing. Look it up. So I looked online and saw someone was selling seeds for a sausage tree. The guy selling it was named Daniel, and he said he'd give me some for free. Free sausage! But he did say not to bring my phone or tell anyone where I was going. And I was like, okay, we can't have anyone knowing that I have a non-native plant species. So I smashed my phone with a weight and drove over to Daniel's house. The house looked a little bit creepy, but I parked and walked up to it, and the door was wide open. So I walked in, and he had told me, come upstairs, first bedroom on the right. I was like, okay. So I slowly opened the door, walked in, and there were the seeds. I could finally grow my own sausage tree. I was so freaking excited. So I went to go exit the door, and it was locked.
Tonight on Where'd That Hoe Go?
He's been gone for 13 years now. Please, if you have any information, we miss him so much.
Bro, what was that? What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of cool, I guess.
Don't do that. That's really freaking weird.
I'm sorry. I just thought, like...
I don't know why, like, out of all things you could do, you do that. Like, what is that?
Okay, I just wanted to show I liked it. Okay.
What? By hitting yourself? This is the stupidest thing ever.
Okay, I'm sorry. Next time I'll just throw my poop like usual when I'm excited.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Alright, peace. That was my wife. And she was wondering if you wanted to eat some dinosaur tonight?
Oh, word? Alright.